Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency and the oldest crypto religion. It started off as a meme. It grew into a cult, the cult of Satoshi. And then after a lot of pushing and forward thinking and believing, it's now become a crypto religion. It's a neo-religion. It's a religion itself. I'm now going to show you some evidence of these friends. I mean, I've been talking about this since 2022. That's why I've also been telling you the community is the asset, not the code. And we're here trying to find new religions. I mean, you have PulseChain here, for example, bootstrapped by Hex, which a lot of Bitcoin maxis laugh at because Hex went down minus 99%. But it's because they think they already have reached full salvation. They laugh at these other things. But I'm here to tell them, friends, I have Bitcoin as well. I love Bitcoin. I have a buy Bitcoin sign in my avatar. That's why, friends, Bitcoin maxis, I've noticed, okay, when they come across your friend Sommi, they tread carefully. I break paradigms. That's all I'll say about that. Just I've had certain interactions and comments. It's very unique. I'll tell you that. It's not like a TikToker or, you know, like a Zoomer kid speaking. It's a place of respect. And I think there's a bit of fear. There's a tiny bit of fear. I can feel it. Something's going on. It's because they know I'm right. That's why. They know what I'm saying is right. But everybody has to justify it in one way. So what I'll do now is I'll play some nice angel music just to smooth it over, friends, as we move in, because you gotta understand, from a Bitcoiner's perspective, they believe they've reached salvation. Actual salvation, okay? So I'm now going to show you this image, and it's hell. Look at this image, friends. Okay, look at this image. See that? This is literally hell. This is the these are demons. He's being bent over. Someone's fornicating with him. It's like a devil fornicating with him. It's like in Middle Ages. And look, it's kind of crazy. So Bitcoin Maxi channels, that image I just showed you, they are sharing images like that. All right, friends, we all need Bitcoin, the religion, to be around. We do. Okay. It's kind of like, friends, if you were betting on humanity, you need religions to like keep everybody at peace. All right. Just so, you know, people don't really go off the deep end, just in case. Think about it like that. And they say, you know, that hell I showed you, I'll just show you the picture again. This hell. So this is meant to be hell. There's like this pretty much everybody being, there's a boiling pot. You know, there's demons here. This is all, look at this torture. It's very like dark, gloomy, okay? So what they believe is, they say that hell that I've shown you, that's what's coming for people who stay on the fiat system. Now, whether you believe it or not, doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter what you believe. What I'm telling you now, it is very useful information if you're a cryptocurrency investor to look at that framework and understand that you can now use it on another crypto and go, oh gosh, is that how it all ends? You feel sorry for everybody else not in your coin? That's right. By the way, friends, we already do this in real life. Have you heard of a little country called America? Have you? Okay. I love America. Big GDP, make all the greatest, coolest stuff in the world. You guys have all the UFO tech. So many great things about America. One thing Americans always say is they hate us for our freedom. Americaners, you guys always say that. They hate us for our freedom. It's usually referring to, you know, maybe Middle East people and just other like dictator countries. They go, they hate us for our freedom. It's just something to think about. Okay, so what America's basically saying is like, hey man, you know, if you had what we had, you would protect it the same way we do too. We feel sorry for you. And they're right, by the way. America's awesome. But it's something to think about. So, hey, look, obviously, living in a country is different to a religion. Or is it? It's just a group of people. See? Just like your parents kind of choose your religion. And then where you land by chance, like your parents also, where they choose to give birth, like that's basically where you're going to be born in the world. So your nationalistic cult, the flag you wear, it's also by chance like that. You see, it's just like, oh, well, it's just whatever was given to me. That's why it helps have perspective about people around the world. Like, oh, you were just born on that piece of land. Okay, your flag's red, my flag's blue. Okay, see? That's just it. When you start thinking about things like that, it makes sense. That's why when I look at crypto and people coming in, they're going to be born on different pieces of land. You see, Bitcoin made a lot of people wealthy. But we're going to see more network effects form in other coins, and they have no loyalty to Bitcoin whatsoever. None. You see? Bitcoin is the first meme, cult, and religion of crypto. They have ascended to greatness. Okay, so most people, they don't know what to actually look for. That's why, friends, I have here make memes great again. That's what it is. Most people, they don't know what to look for. Everyone's trying to, in crypto, the mid-curve trap, even DeFi founders and a lot of these utility coins or whatever. I know it's cool, but they're trying to like trick their way to high valuations. They're trying to make a piece of code which is needed such that the code is attached to a token which sits in the middle, and then people have to use the product or service and then indirectly get taxed to get something in the middle. Okay, they're trying to do that. But they're going to find only one coin in the world can do that, and that is PulseX. Friends, PulseX, PLSX. Why? PulseX was bootstrapped by Hex, a cult, and founded on PulseChain. You understand? So PulseX is the best DeFi utility token in there, the hyper buy and burn. But the DEX itself is not enough. It's a community. You're actually long. Let me show you the slides in that presentation. I'm here to show you. So it's awesome. Matthew Kratter. Matthew Kratter, this is Matthew Kratter. He always talks like that. He's definitely anti-Richard Hart, he calls them shipcoiners. Matthew's awesome. I get it, man. I get it. You're cheering the same flag, but I've got to, that's why, friends, I am not just any unicorn. Friends, I am a unicorn, not just one horn on my head. I've got 15 horns. I'm just doing backflips. I've got a bazooka. Right, I'm doing crazy stuff. They don't get how I can understand everything that they're saying, and I go, hey, that community over there is early you know that? They go, no, you're a ship coin. I call it ship coiner, ship coiner, and I go, yeah, it is. Okay, in fact, when you were ignoring Bitcoin when it was being called a cult, it looked like that. It looked exactly like that. It's just that you're first. And here's the thing. Being first is great. Being first is amazing. But being first is not everything. There's value. There are prices too low, prices too high. That's, friends, when I say that, people get really triggered, by the way. Really triggered. When I give you the example, my favorite example is the price of friendship. Remember, my friends, I always give you this example. I tell you, well, if you had a friend, they're homeless, they come in and they say, hey, man, I'm thinking of ending my life. I need a sandwich. You would say, you know what? Our friendship is costing, it's worth a lot to me. I'll give you a sandwich. You can stay on my couch. Okay, you can stay here until you find a place. But what if that same friend that didn't ask for a sandwich, what if they asked you for your whole life savings? You might say, well, our friendship is worth a lot. I just don't know if I could give you my whole life savings. I've got a family to raise. So effectively what I've done is, without using a price chart, I'm just giving you two swap exchanges. One is too low, so you take it, okay, because you would rather, hey, here's a friendship, here's a sandwich, let's continue the friendship. And the other one is you rejecting their offer of like, well, give me all your life savings and I'll give you friendship. You're like, that's a bad trade. That's a bad trade. But that's why when I introduce these concepts to them, I say, well, there are other memes called crypto religions that are forming, and 90% called 10% lottery is a thing. Friends, it also like I feel sorry for them as well. I don't want them to have brain implosions because we need them all there. But what I'm saying, it gets right to the bullet point. But look, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna play for you. I'm gonna play for you some cranky G music. You're gonna laugh, but you need in Bitcoin Maxi community, okay? There are some extremists. You know how like PulseChain, there's like Richard Hart core coin maxis. It's funny. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're deranged, you're delusional, dude." You haven't seen. You don't know the D word, okay? There are Bitcoin maxis who believe if you have a bank account, you're a shitcoiner. Okay? Any form of bank account. Okay, yes, they're like that. That's the super extreme. Now, no, that's why I'm wearing it. Make memes great again. We're having fun, but yes, they're out there. They are out there, friends. They do that. So don't throw the delusion word. Okay, yes, because by the way, if you have a US bank account, you are a shitcoiner because you're storing some sort of value of labor or wealth on a centralized database, and they just print the money and they've given you a shitcoin. It's funny how it works, man. Oh man, I love this. I love this. Now, it's always I shouldn't even exist technically, Tim, because I'm just. But this is, if you're early to something, this is what it looks like. Like, hey, thank you, Bitcoin. You know everything you're looking like. PulseChain community looks like you. You know that, right? You know Hex kind of looks like you. Yeah, it's not your flavor and your color. It's not. Okay, but remember, friend, that's why I got to stress to you. When I start talking about prices too low and prices too high, they really get triggered now. Because now I'm hitting, like I said, I'm hitting the bullseye, man. Like I'm just right on the target. Because everyone knows there are prices too low, you know? So what's the counter argument to that? The counter argument is almost like it's very, very highly spiritual belief that like it doesn't matter how low a price gets, they believe that like if you even indulge in it, you're now indulging in bad karma, bad spirits. Okay, so that's the religious aspect. That's the religion, friends. You don't even want to go and do it, right? Friends, it would literally be like, let's say somebody like really Christian. I don't know if you watch, friends. It's like Louis Theroux documentaries. He's gone to like Middle America. There's like, you know, one of these like really deeply Christian things. Maybe like Amish people as well. Like they don't even want to. They're like, no, they don't even want to like look at a Game Boy. No, that is like, nah. Once it's tainted, everything's tainted. But that's okay for you. But we're trying to predict the masses of humans. Okay, so just, some people can make it work in that lifestyle. But if you can predict that is like not a representation of everybody else, you can effectively buy low and you can sell in euphoria. Or you can just hold something long term and you just have value creation there. Okay, I want to show you the next slide of that same presentation. Look at the words used. Reminder, there is no Bitcoin salvation for Keynesians, Marxists, young World Economic Forum leaders. Okay, by the way, Vitalik is a World Economic Forum guy. Okay, MMT is. So that's obviously modern monetary theory. Fiat banksters and others whose salaries and careers and social circles make it impossible for them to accept Bitcoin. Do not engage. If you get in a pissing contest with a skunk, you lose, even if you win. So that, see what I mean? That's exactly, friends, hit the nail on the head. What I told you, where it's like, they're like, even if they're reduced to, hey man, this is just early Bitcoin type of stuff, you know, early meme cult religion. You were a meme cult religion that made it the whole way. So when you're a religion, all you can kind of do is kind of like borrow off other religions. That's all you can really do, right? You can't, the biggest growth though, like for instance, is what Richard Hart, the talking points, was able to do. People take it for granted. Okay, it's literally, friends, I say it all the time and they're so true, man. I made this as well. The best time to buy Bitcoin. When was the best time to buy Bitcoin? It's when there were 1 million mined and you could buy the 1 millionth and first Bitcoin. So Satoshi owned 99.99999%. That's the best time to buy it. Next time to buy it was when Wired Article was calling it a cult and all these other things. So these all mimic what's happening right now. All of these early strong cults and stuff that are forming. All right, and they're true, man. They're true. Now you can't run away with it forever because eventually you like realize you're anchoring to a unicorn and you're trying to replicate, you know, the magic, but you can't live in a world where you accept that, okay, you're 99% Bitcoin, you have 1% altcoin, which is the US fiat. You can't say that that's not your lottery ticket. You can't, because it is. It is your lottery ticket. That's the thing, man. So if they have fiat in their bank account, it is a lottery ticket. they're getting debased and they're trying to earn yield and they're there for living expenses. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, but why does it have to be fiat? Why can't you have 99% that? Why can't you have 1% altcoins? Poop coins, ship coins they call it. Why can't you have that? But you know why? Because they have there's a moral stance. They go, no. I'm not going to be granted the kingdom to the keys to the kingdom of green handle heaven. I'm not going to be granted that because I have to be the righteous way. But friends, these are the people like there are some people I've come across them in my life as well. They can't have one drop alcohol. They can't. There's been so many stories. You're always reading in the media one guy. It happens more often than we think. Someone starts with one beer. It ends up with 7 drinks. Then they're blasted. Then they call up their dealer. Now they're on a lot of drugs. And then they go on a drugging plus smoking plus drinking binge. And they go to the casino and gamble for 24 hours. They just don't come home. That's all starts from one drop of alcohol, these people. But okay, man, that's the type of guy. He's got to sit at home, suck on his lollipop with his wife and kids, and just have fun watching the Pokemon movie. Okay, but not everyone has to do that. So you can see religion, the aspect of religion in crypto, it's all encompassing, but there's still markets that exist outside of that. Look at this next slide. It is theologically impossible for these NeverCoiners to be saved. You may lose your own Bitcoin soul if you try to argue with them. Mock them instead. Laugh in their faces and remind them how Bitcoin just keeps going up and up and up. Number go up. Have fun staying poor. That's a real slide, by the way. Matthew Kratter's video. Okay? It's real. No, I'm not making this up. I know it sounds crazy. These are 100% real. Because I'm not afraid because I have so much fun picking it apart. I'm like, dude, it's just like everything else, dude. Okay, you've got your slides. I've got this toy gun. Boom! Step away from the sell button. You know what I mean? It's just different flavors of the same stuff. What's the difference? Oh, you got to buy a Bitcoin at $400. I got to buy it at 40K. Okay, I did buy it 4K. But I'm not saying, but the next person has to buy above that. Okay, yeah, I had to buy 10x your bag, and now you're trying to tell people to buy your bag of 150x. You just have to use different talking points. That's how the world works, friends. It's amazing. It's amazing. Man, it's just look at. You want to listen to more? Look at this. A no-coiner should always be mocked and his character impugned. This is not difficult since they are usually quite shitty people. When Jamie Dimon calls Bitcoin a pet rock, the wrong approach is to argue with him. The correct approach is this. It's funny, man. And the picture is, and it is true when you have it. I have it right here. This was the next picture. Jamie Dimon is Jeffrey Epstein's banker, and that's it. That's it. So we're having fun. We're having fun, man. We're having fun. It's not fun to a lot. This is it's religion, man. It's spiritual. It's serious. I'm gonna have fun, dude. Whether they like it or not, we're gonna keep having fun. So I hope you get this idea with this perspective, man. Because people in crypto, they look at these people most people in altcoins are looking at what is that, man? I didn't sign up for that. I signed up for the number go up. Yeah, but Habibi Albi, they are one in the same thing. Okay? In crypto, we are networks. You get number go up by getting more people. That's Metcalfe's law. If you 10x the user base, you'll get 100x price growth. Okay, so you get whatever the user base squared, that's your price growth. You got to get the user base up. How do you recruit the user base? Tell people it's going up. Tell people it's salvation. Tell people it's the way, the future. Tell people whatever. We're just sharing stories, getting their attention. If you get their attention, they join. This is it. Amazon works like this. Facebook works like this. Oh, everyone's there. Why is everyone on Facebook? Oh, because you stay relevant, or you can just keep in contact with people. There's a reason. All right? It's just it's a community. It's a country. It's a digital country. So that's the type of perspective I'm now throwing at you just so you can see how crypto is actually working underneath the hood. This is it. This is it. Now, do you like what you see? Have you ever thought about, do you like what you see? Maybe we should think about, let's not worry about whether we like it. That's because, friend, I'm just helping you get the juicy, all right? Squeeze the juice. I don't care about whether I like it or not, okay? I care whether everyone else likes it or not. Because you can now speculate on a community ticket to get in, be a part of a network, digital real estate. You can speculate on their mind share increasing or decreasing. So it's not about whether you like it. It's about whether other people like it. You see, that's why, for example, you don't need to like PulseChain. You don't need to like me. You don't need to like fluffy slippers. You could have a hunchback and you can drink soy latte all day. You can. You shouldn't, but you can. However, you know deep down that this logo has 200,000 people yelling about it. And it's very easy to get 1 million people one day. Very easy to get 1 million people. Okay? Bitcoin's got 320 million people. Bitcoin's going to have 1 billion people one day. You're telling me this logo can't go from 200,000 to 1 million people? Cardano did. Shiba Inu did. Shiba Inu went from 1,000 holders in 2021, January. By December 31st, it had 1.3 million holders. Why can't PulseChain get to 1.3 million holders? Why can't it? Right, Doge has now 4.8 million holders. Last time I checked 2 years ago, 4.8 million. Probably higher now. You see? So once you, if you are still denying that, I know none of you do, of course, friends, we don't, but people who are still stuck in Bitcoin Maxi world, they have to then leave the, oh, I'm not in it for money anymore. I'm here for the salvation part. That's the religion. You win. If you're a holder, that's what you want. That's what you want. That's why I'm telling you, PulseChain's an early religion, man. It's an early religion. It's a new religion, friends. It's got 200,000 people. We already know this. People who are holding Richard Heart core coins, they don't want to click out. They don't. Look at stories from Hexologist and Crypto Coffee. Because what's up happening, friends, is everyone has a story of they buy the wrong stuff, they get wrecked, and they realize, man, crypto's a freaking scam. I've got to find something different. Someone's trying to do something different. Someone's trying to build a long-term community. And then you have their loyalty forever. You see? So that's happening now. But you only get the loyalty built if people get rewarded for holding. So eventually, that's eventually going to have to happen. By the way, that's how Bitcoin got formed. That's how Bitcoin got formed. Look, man, one of the harshest things I ever had to say was for Ethereum maxis when they were yelling about decentralization in Q4 2022 when they were doing the merge. And I said, dude, you guys just need to shut up for 5 seconds. If Ethereum was down 95%, if Ethereum was only $80 instead of 1,700, none of you would have a leg to stand on. Your little decentralization dream and eating bugs and all this cuckery stuff, it'd be nowhere, man. Don't knock these other chains. You're here for number go up too. And don't pretend like you're not. And yeah, man, during the euphoria, no one was paying attention. No one was listening because I'm just a little peanut brain. But now what ends up happening, friends? I literally go back, watch my videos. I said, friends, Ethereum is political too. There are people who influence stuff. If Ethereum's price was too low, they'd call back Vitalik and he'd have to try find a way to pump bags, or they have to do something. Maybe increase the burn rate or whatever. They'll do something. Remind you of anything in the past 2 months? ETH BTC goes down. Vitalik starts bull posting, literally making memes saying Ethereum is good, Ethereum is bullish, whilst dumping ETH, by the way, funny enough, in the background, whilst saying, oh, we got a big future, everything's gonna be great, oh, blah, 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 blah. Then he has to double down on that and say, I'm gonna ghost the chains who aren't even proper layer 2s, by the way. I'm just gonna ghost you because you're parasites. No more, no more, no more. Just ETH, just ETH. What happened to number go up isn't that relevant anymore. What happened? What happened to, oh, let's not worry about green candles? Friends, don't forget this logo. Do you understand? The only thing that Richard Heart did that's different to any other chain is he was the only guy who actually just said the words, you only care about the green candle. That's it. Everyone does the same thing. They want their coins to go up. They're trying to get more adoption. They're trying to overpromise whilst under-delivering. They're trying to bring in future demand coming in. And they're trying to literally engineer a way to just get the freaking thing to pump. It's a competition. Every single person is doing it. The only difference is Richard Hart comes out and in layman terms says, you don't care about decentralization, bro. You just want the price to go up, my friend. I was so triggered when I first heard that. I was like, ugh! Ugh! I was so triggered, friend. I was so triggered. But it was true. Because I didn't understand it at the time. Because look, it's a funny part, friends. It's kind of like, another way to put it, it's like going to, let's say going to somebody who follows a Christian faith and says, you don't actually care about Jesus. You're just scared you'll end up in hell if there's an afterlife. Imagine saying that to something. There would be people like, oh, I'm so offended to them. Huh? Taking a chance. It might be something like that. It's just that we're dealing with ticker charts and green candles and all these as dopamine hits. Okay, so that's just, I'm opening your mind into what's going on. Have you noticed, friends? It's funny. Why we're like light years ahead of everyone. The crypto industry is not talking about this. Okay. They're talking about price to earnings and DeFi and VC tokens. Oh, did you see the layer 2 governance? Oh, wow. Scroll. Did you get that airdrop? Your $15 Jeep farmer. Wow. That's what they're talking about. We're in a blue ocean area. One day it will be red ocean. I will shed a tear because the mermaids... Right now, friends, there's mermaids swimming. There's dolphins doing backflips. You know what I mean? The turtles are singing. There's a Magikarp flowing around in there. There's Squirtle Squad hanging around. You know what I mean? Like the island, and just there's all the xylophone music. It's great. It's great. But when the red ocean stuff appears, when the sharks come, the cabal come, all these ideas would have been mined out. Okay, and the growth isn't there. Now, you'll be a lot richer, but the people coming in there, they'll have to accept lower growth. Okay, because like, you know, it'll be like the mermaids, they're not like these young, busty, Ariel-looking mermaids anymore. They got my facial hair, and they got deep voices, and they got hairy armpits. And you're like, man, that's not a mermaid. That's not a mermaid. That's a merman. I'm not on an island. This is a freaking... I'm not going to say it, friends. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button. I'll catch you in the next one.